Well, welcome back to another IAD Live Real Estate here from beautiful Tampa, Florida. Today I have a special guest, Lee O'Brien. Lee, how are you doing?
How you doing? Great to be on. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you're a special guest for us because you are running the recently launched UK version of IAD Real Estate.
I am absolutely. We launched a couple of months back, and exciting times. Lots going on.
Excellent. Well, so you've been in the business for over 20 years.
Yes.
You're just north of London, so you cover a big area in the UK, not just one small area, but the whole thing, which is great. And the head office, like you said, is just north of London. So the question I had for you was, A, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself a little bit and your team. And the question always comes up is, what attracted you guys to come over and join IAD in the UK?
Sure. So I'll start with a bit of my background. So as you said, I've been in the business over 20 years, about 22 years. Came straight out of school, straight into being a real estate broker, and worked for a company for 2 years before starting my own business. So I started my business in 2004, and we ran that business for 19 years before joining the IAD network. And we joined IAD as part of their growth plan to launch into the UK. So the IAD didn't exist in the UK before joining with myself and my business partner. My team has then formed the foundation of what is the IAD UK business, from marketing to back office support to a full property management offering, and team behind that sits within my business. We launched officially in July 2023, and we're now sort of 6 months on and bringing this thing out of the ground.
That's fantastic. And so you've had a lot of agents very much interested in finding out more about how the model works, because it's a little different than what you typically find in the UK. And that's great because you've had events that were sold out. You've had a lot of things to grow. So quick question for you. So in the United States, we use business cards. Still, even though we probably do here or there, do agents use like their face on the business cards, or do they just use standard business cards? I was more curious about it.
So putting a face on a business card has been quite revolutionary for our world in estate agency here. It's probably only been the past sort of 3 years that anybody had put a face on a business card, let alone a for sale board, or any sort of outdoor advertising. So as part of the IAD model, we've put faces on business cards, we've put faces on sale boards that sit outside of properties, and into the general leaflet marketing that our agents can use. So we've really embraced putting the person first, and we really feel there is power in the personal brand, but some reassurance for the customer that is supported by something bigger that is IAD.
Fantastic. So you're in the early stages. Here in the United States, we've done it for a while. So we see business cards with people's high school pictures, or their pictures from 20 years ago. So you'll get to that pretty soon. Which
you're gonna be catfishing people. Yeah.
Always makes us laugh when they show up. They're like, "Is that you, really?" So let me ask you this. So when people are interested, let's say their agents are interested in the UK and want to join, you direct them where? What would you do?
So we've got a Join IAD website, which gives all of the information for agents to find out about what we're doing here specifically in the UK. And then we're running a host of events. So on a weekly basis, we run a business opportunity presentation event. It's about an hour long, and we host them in the evenings through the week. And it gives us the opportunity to talk through the offering that we've got in the UK, explain all the tools that we have available for the agents, and then talk them through the next steps of joining. And then coupled with the virtual events we run on a weekly basis, we have got physical face-to-face events that we're running. So we're running one in London and one in the Midlands this coming month in February. And these events will be sort of 50 to 100 people at a time. And that gives us, again, that ability to spend about an hour talking through what we do as a business, and then going through questions that people might have, and giving people a chance to meet some of the agents that are actively in the business already.
So that's great. And as I mentioned before, you've sold out many of these events where you were beyond capacity. We had a similar experience in Miami a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Where we have so much interest in the brand and the model, not only from the entrepreneurship aspect of it, which is a little more revolutionary in Europe. Over here, it's been pretty commonplace. But the good news is, people can really build out their organizations. And so agents who haven't had that opportunity in the past, or have had restrictions in the past, or they ran into support issues in the past with a model like this, all those boxes are checked with IAD. So the good news is those are fantastic, new opportunities in the UK. And I was just curious about that. For you guys, our agents are coming aboard, and you've had a subset of agents, and now you've had a bunch of new agents join. Tell us a little bit about the support that the agents get.
Yeah, so quite quickly since launching, we've doubled our agent numbers. And the support that we put around each of the agents, I think, is critical to their success. I think training in the UK and licensing is not mandatory. But I tell you what, if you can get the training right and that education piece right, with the skyrocket. And that's what we've been able to do with the online university and the face-to-face learning that we've been able to provide the new agents, coupled with the support that you get from a mentor from day one. So anybody joining the business has to come in with a mentor on their side, and that mentor is incentivized and motivated to ensure that you're successful, and only ever earns if you're earning. So then you're both pushing in the same direction, which is really important. The technology that we put around our agents in terms of the suite of tools that they've got available to them is best in class. There's no doubt about that. I've used plenty of tools over the years and my years in business, and they've actually adopted the tools, some of the tools that we were using. They really are the best available. So you put great tools, good education, and then that support around an agent, and that really does give them the best chances of success. And then the organizational growth piece that our agents are able to lean into as an IAD agent is that they have the ability to then mentor other people. So they can actually bring others into the business, and under their own organization, they will be remunerated for mentoring those, and they have the ability to grow this organization. And that's something that's very, very new to us here in the UK. The model is not very well established at all in the UK. So it's a great opportunity for our agents to build something, and then that organization also has a value. So you're also building an asset, and that's a really exciting point for any self-employed agent to consider.
And that's one of the things, we run across here too in the United States, is there's a lot of folks that say, well, I could build a team in the United States. And the question is, what happens to that team, right? Mm-hmm. As you grow, you decide, hey, I want to retire. I want to move to another city. I want to move. You can't really do anything with that team. You could try to sell it, but it's very, very ambiguous what you might or might not get for that. And typically agents name it after themselves, which makes it even more difficult. Mm-hmm. Whereas with IAD, we not only have the forever mentorship built into it, the back office support, the technology, world-class technology built into everything we do, but we have an exit strategy. Yep. So building your own organization, your own team that you already have a built-in, remuneration model, revenue model that you can check on a daily basis, in addition to the fact that there's an exit strategy so you can sell your business, mm-hmm. is wildly unique in the United States. Yep. And so I'm sure that your agents really will benefit from that as well.
And not only a sale, because sale might not be viable for everybody. You could actually gift that organization to one of your children that's coming up in the industry, and supercharge their journey as an agent, and give them an organization. So you can gift that as well as having to sell it. So I just think it gives you some brilliant options. And people don't often like to think about the end of a career, but at the end of a career, or if you wish to change career, it gives you that exit option. And I think that's really important to understand, and make sure that your time and effort that you're investing actually will have an eventual value as well, whichever way you decide to use it.
Lee, that's an excellent point, because, we talk about here in the US quite a bit, is most agents get in and they're just selling houses, right? We're just selling houses. We're doing this. Nothing wrong with that. We want to be able to do that as well. But a serious business person wants to build a business, right? So as you're building a business, you have multiple streams of income, exit strategies. You're looking at valuations down the road. It's not something you want to start thinking about, but you should. Every year is, what is my business doing? How much growth am I going to get? And again, if I had to sell it tomorrow, move on, gift it to someone else, am I building the maximum value I can get out of this relationship in this business? And that's what you get with IAD. So
Yeah, these deals are done so frequently within the organizations. You've got a ready-made pool of potential buyers. And so the valuation and actually assessing the value at any point is relatively easy to do. So it's something that you can track and measure as you go year by year with your business.
Well, Lee, this has been fantastic. It's great to meet you. We always like to interview folks from different parts of the world and talk about all the relationships that we have to here to Florida. So we really appreciate you joining and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me, Chris, and best of luck with you guys in your launch. I know you've had wonderful success so far and some real good interest. So yeah, looking forward to the team building over there. Thank you very much for having me.
We'll catch up soon. Thanks, Lee.
Cheers.